Okay, we are officially live. So, welcome to the Networking Superstars School, where we're going to talk more about the high tech, high touch, high profit process. Now, I don't really have anything very specific lined up. I kind of want to play it by ear like we often do. I've got several pages of notes. In fact, when I was going to America for the first time this year to the MLSP Live the Dream event, I kind of documented, well, you can see right there, maybe see that right there. That's kind of the process. It's almost like it's a linear process. Now, when you watch my hand do this, Nicola Robin, hang on, right? So from here, going this way, does it look like I'm going left to right or right to left?
Looks for me left to right.
So if I go this
Right.
way,
That's right to left.
Right to
oh
left.
no, I'm confused. Left to right. So this is my left. This is right.
That's your right. Yes.
Okay, great. That's the weird thing. If anybody ever does videos, you always want to try to do it left to right, which is actually the opposite to you. So for me, I'm doing right to left, but when you look at it, I'm actually doing left to right. And what happens is most people's timelines in their brain goes past here, present here, and future here, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do it the other way round, it was reversed to everybody else. So yeah, this here essentially is a timeline, and a 30-day timeline that I wrote out. And I thought, I've had people come into my community, I've had people join me in business before, I've had people that I've never known before, and they've joined me in an opportunity or they've bought a product from me. How did they actually do that? Where did they come from? And what was the process that they came from nowhere? Literally, they came from absolutely, and you've experienced that yourself, I'm sure, both of you. You know, the person comes from nowhere, and then all of a sudden they've joined your business. And actually, Nicole, I talked about this to you not long ago, and I said, where did you come from? You know, you literally were off my radar. I didn't, and you'd been in the community for like 2 or 3 months, something like that, and obviously maybe you'd sent me a message or two, but because I get so many messages, I don't notice.
So important. I was like off the radar.
Sounds terrible, doesn't it?
He was like too important for me.
But yeah, so I kind of wrote out a 30-day invisible funnel process, and it essentially is it's all to do with the high tech, high touch process, and it's all to do with the 6-step sponsoring sequence that you two know very well yourself. And we'll get Hannah on a little bit later, who has been going through Attraction Marketing Academy and who created some incredible funnel at the moment that I wanted to share with everybody. So, anybody want to talk about anything specific? Robin, one thing that we were going to talk about with you before we actually go into kind of the details about this, Robin, we were going to just talk a little bit about content creation, because that at the moment is the focus of the daily show that I've been doing. You've got some notes, fantastic.
So, I took some notes and you asked me to talk about it.
Yeah, and Robin was one of those people that came from nowhere essentially as well. I think she'd maybe bought a product of mine a long time ago, and then I did a webinar, and then we spoke on the phone. Then you joined me in My Lead System Pro, and then you started to take action, which most people don't do. And I'm hoping that we find some action takers on this webinar and through this process as well. Definitely. So content creation is what we've been talking about a lot. And I know you've got a slightly different process, maybe, you know, some of the platforms you use. So maybe just for a couple of minutes, just talk a little bit about what you do and your process, just so people can get some ideas about what they can do to create content themselves. Because without content, you have no business, basically. Nobody's going to find you in the sea of millions of other people.
True. Basically, I have 4 steps that I kind of tell people when people are talking to me about content creation. And step 1, I always say, you should become an expert in one specific area. And think about that before you even start trying to put anything out there. Think about where you want to go and what you want to be, quote unquote, specific in. And, you know, so many of us are actually in MLSP that's actually a gold mine for this kind of thing, because there's so much training. I mean, every platform, any kind of marketing you want to do, it's in there, you know. You just pick a topic, do some research on it, and then you can just share it with the community. So what I tell people is you kind of want to gear all your content to making you look like an expert in one area. And I'm not saying don't advertise for other stuff. I'm just saying that, for example, like in my case, I do Instagram. I've kind of picked Instagram as my like number one thing. It works well. You know, even though you may not believe it because I'm on video right now. I hate doing video.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job. So this is this is pushing through the barriers and breaking down.
It is, yeah. I mean, I'm all sweaty right now. Believe me, I care less about doing this. Whereas Instagram, I can hide behind pictures, you know. So I did research, and whenever I do a post, I try to somehow bring it back to Instagram, so people say, "Wow, she's the expert in that." So that they come and they want to work with an expert in Instagram, they're going to think of me. Or somebody's going to tag me and say, "Oh, look, such and such has a question. Robin, can you answer it?" You know? So try to make yourself an expert in one specific area and then gear all your content to that area. Number two, I always tell people, you know, make yourself stand out of a crowd. So many people, which I always laugh at, say, for example, your target market is women losing weight. If you type that into Facebook, what are you going to see? You're going to see tons of skinny women all over the place. You know, and that's not really going to help, you know, or you're going to see, you know, take this magic pill and you'll be skinny. That's not what somebody wants to see in content. When somebody's searching for that, they want value. And that's what you'll hear 1,000 times over this next couple of weeks, I'm sure. Lead with value, 80% rule, 80% should be valuable. And it should. And in that example I gave, instead of having a girl skinny, you could do, say, you know, set up, I'm going to do a 30-day squat challenge. Come join me, you know, and people will come to that. People will come, they will come to your page and they will respond to you and they will like your comment and they will share your content. And that's what you want. You want to make yourself above everyone else. Number three, and I know I'm sure you're going to go into this, Gavin, because this is your thing. I call it the MMMs. The message should match your market. So instead of M&Ms, now we have MMMs. And I always use this one example, and then people always laugh at it. If you're marketing to work from home moms and you put up a muscle car, you're not going to get anything. You know? People are not going to even respond to it. Whereas if you put up a picture of coffee, women are going to love that. You know, I mean, I personally don't drink coffee, but yet I know so many women that they get up early before their kids even get up and they pick up their coffee just so they can have 10 minutes to themselves before the children even wake up, you know. That would match your message, would match your market. And then number four, now this is something I personally do myself and I always tell people that they should do, is whatever content you're going to put out there. So whatever you want to do, say you do a video, say you do a podcast, say you make an image for Instagram, say you just put a post up. Type it out, write it up, record it, whatever, and then save it and go away and do something else for about 5 minutes or so. And then come back and either watch it or listen to it or reread it or look at it and ask yourself, does this give my target customer a reason to come back to my page? And I think that's really key, because if you're turning them off, they're not going to come back, right? And that's the whole point, is you want them to stay on your page. You want them to follow you day after day after day after day. And sometimes, I mean, I know myself, I'll look at it and be like, whoa, that's going to turn everybody off,
Yeah.
you know? And I go, okay, delete, let's start over again. And so that's always what I tell people to say, you know, just get away from it. So you clear your head so you're not thinking about it. Because sometimes I think we overthink it. I know I do a lot, you know, myself. So I'll get away from something and then go back and be like, clear head, will this keep people here? Will this bring people back? And hopefully it does, you know? So they're my 4 tips. To go in a little more deeper, just because I don't really know how far you want me to go, Gavin.
Well, what you've shared, I think, is absolutely perfect for this minute in time, and then we can probably elaborate a little bit more in a little while as well. Because what you've shared is critical, and you know it is about content creation. And the thing that most people don't realize is, if you're in a network marketing business, you do not promote your network marketing business first. If you're in some kind of business opportunity, you do not lead with that first at all. And you know, as Robin said, if you were in a like a weight loss company or a health and fitness company, you could do a press up challenge or a squat challenge or a get fit in 30 days challenge or a get fit in 21 days. And what you'll find is people will start to gravitate towards you because you're leading the way and you're actually taking action and you're doing something people are going to watch your progress. Now, what often happens, and this is where many of you may have fell down before, is that often what happens is you do like 3 or 4 days of it, and you're putting it out there, you're putting messages out there, you're really motivated and really inspired, and everybody's watching you. They're thinking, he's never going to do it, he's never going to continue, he's just going to do it for a few days and then he's going to quit. And what happens? Well, because nobody engages with you and nobody takes part, you quit after like 3 or 4 days and you've had no results. But actually, it's just like this, right now with Networking Superstars School and the Attraction Marketing Guys show, it's going to be a small group of core people, just like you who are on right now, and it's going to grow, and it's going to grow, and it's going to grow, and it's going to grow. And the longer we do it, and the more we do it, the more people are going to come on board. So as you're putting out content and valuable content to bring people to you, you can actually create a community around your topic. And that's one thing I'm going to talk to Nicole about very shortly, actually, just to give you a quick heads up, is a bit more about engagement and community. I didn't tell you that was what's going to happen, but it's all good fun.
Let me make some notes.
So essentially what's happening is, and this is to everybody who's been following the daily show. We've been doing a daily show, and we're going through the 6-step sponsoring sequence. I'm teaching on the fan page, on the Networking Superstars fan page. We're doing a daily show, I'm doing a video, I'm giving some homework and a challenge, and it's a whole process that I'm taking people through. And this essentially comes back to the high tech, the high touch, and the high profits process. Now, the high tech part is, I cover most of that in Attraction Marketing Academy, and I'll give you a link to that very soon. This is my main program, which, if you're a member of My Lead System Pro or MLSP, or if you'd like to join us, one of us in MLSP, which is an incredible tool for building your business, I have a 12-week program that goes through setting up your entire automated part of the process, which is setting up your capture page, setting up your emails, setting up your profit centers, setting up your community, using solo ads, using Facebook ads. We cover everything: psychology and persuasion, influence, everything that you need to build a successful online business. This is mainly the high-tech model. Now, the high-touch part is what we're talking about. It's essentially the 6-step sponsoring sequence, and there's a specific process that you've got to take people through because let's go back to the fitness challenge, for example. I'm not in a fitness business, but if you're in a health and fitness company, you might want to do a 30-day fitness challenge. And what happens is, all of a sudden, people that are looking to get fit come to you and they gravitate towards you. And the longer you do it, the more and more and more people start to follow you and pay attention to you. And what happens is, you can take those people, that group, essentially it's called a tribe of people. A tribe of people is essentially a group of people that are all interested in a specific topic, and you can put those people in a community on Facebook or a group on Facebook, and then you can engage with them and actually personally follow up with them. And that's one thing that most people miss out on. Most people don't do the engagement part. Most people just want to automate everything. Yeah, I created some content today. Whoopie-doo. Content did nothing. I got no subscribers, I got no followers, I got no leads from it. It's because you probably didn't engage and you didn't actually offer value to the marketplace. And one thing that Nicole is very good at, and again, she's been through many of my trainings, been through Attraction Marketing Academy, and has come out the other side essentially with her own community, generating leads, getting sales and sign-ups, at least 10. Stop with the praise.
Don't stop. Don't
keep going. Keep going with the praise, yeah. But and she's getting results because of the action she's taken, and she creates content, she captures leads, she engages and connects and follows up, has conversations with people, and eventually, but automatically sometimes closes people into a business. I think just this last week or the last 10 days, I think you've had at least 3 new members in MLSP, and I know over the last 2 weeks you've had 4. Fantastic, and that's probably at mastery level, so that's an extra 4.
Change me.
4, not 3. So that's an extra $400 a month in passive residual income because of what she's done, and that's not including a primary opportunity. So this process works incredibly well. But yeah, I just wanted you to touch on a couple of things that so essentially you've created content, Nicole, in various places, and what's happened is people have come to you. Either they've come into your list or they've gone into your community. So I'd like you to just talk, just for 5 minutes or so, or as long as you want, really, about what you do in that community to get engagement, because I think that's one of the parts that's missing for most people.
Okay, it just froze up. So you told me to talk about, and then I didn't hear the specifics you wanted me to talk about. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah.
You just want me to start talking? I heard I'm allowed to talk for as long as I want. That's all I heard.
I didn't say that. No, if you could just talk about, so essentially you create content in several different places and you attract traffic into a capture page, and also that traffic goes to your community, and then you do what most people don't do, and that is you engage with people and you actually have a conversation and you interact with people. And I think those personal relationships that you've created with people, and you've got a specific topic that you focus on, but I really do think that has made a huge difference in your conversions, so you're able to get higher profits. So I just wondered if you maybe just wanted to elaborate on that process of the engagement part once you've generated the traffic and the leads, if that made sense.
Yeah, definitely. So I think, let me just go back to the beginning a little bit about starting up a community, because I think a lot of people are scared to death to start a community. I get it. I was there. The things that went through my mind were, could I keep up with a community? Could I really support a community? Could I really do people justice and really serve people? Can I pull it off, basically? And I kind of sat on it for a while. I was totally capable, but the fear, I sat and I had it created and I just kind of let it sit there. And and then one day, some people had trickled in, but I hadn't really actively pushed people into it. But, I went through the Attraction Marketing Academy and I made it through the 12 weeks. And at that point I had set up several funnels. I actually have a bunch of funnels out there working for me, my little minions. And so, I set them up the way you taught me, which is where it drove everyone into my community. And so they were coming in that way. But there was this one day where it just all exploded, because I don't use my fan page profile very often for things relating to my business, because I try to adhere to Facebook and the policies and the rules and the things like that. I want to be respectful. Plus, I also understand how it works. And I know if people are seeing too much of that kind of thing on your personal profile, they're just going to pull away from you, particularly if you're just driving, the before and after pictures and the come see my business, come join my business, come to this meeting. And once they see that, you just become noise to them. You're just somebody that they scan past. So what I put on my profile is very selective and very few and far between. And so when I do, it explodes. I get traction from it, I guess. And so I had posted something about just a little sneaky comment, a little mysterious comment about some really awesome results that I had gotten over the summer, something that we were doing. And boom, just the comments just blew up.
I remember that post actually, and I said to you, I said, "Wow, now you've really got it. You understand the process." And what you had was you posted something about some results that you'd got, and again on your profile, and you just got like 30, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 comments, and
crazy.
From that, it was like, she's got it. She understands the process of attraction marketing now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so I just remember sitting there looking at all these, just the comments and the crazy that was going on in the feed and thinking, what do I do? How do I manage all of this? I just couldn't even keep up. And you came behind the scenes and you were like, community. And that was the beginning of my community. And that's when it really just blew up. And that was kind of the missing piece for me. That was the last piece of my puzzle, I guess. And from then on, it's just been just almost impossible to keep up with. I mean, I know you watch me kind of struggle with that every week, but it's not so much what you see within a community and what's going on in terms of the content necessarily that's being posted. And now I will say one of the things that I do is I really push myself. I don't just post willy-nilly stuff. I don't just wake up in the morning and say, okay, let me just get something on there to have a post. I really push myself. I really sit and think about what is going to serve people, what do people need, how can I help people, what's really going to make a difference, what would have helped me a year ago when I was starting out and didn't know how to do this and didn't know where to start. So that's what I really try to hone in on there, because that seems to be what people were looking for from me. So there's that, and I really do push myself kind of past the limits. And I'm going to circle back to that in a second in a different way, but there's more to it. It's more than just commenting and putting the content there and responding to people and being there, but it's more also of what's going on behind the scenes, because I don't just leave it there. Like you said, I don't just post up the content each day and go about my business and just magically expect people to sign up with me.
Yeah, which most people do that, unfortunately. And that's the reason most people fail, because they literally, I mean, I've seen it many times. They post a piece of content on their fan page, on their profile or their blog, and that is it. Like, that is like a tenth of the puzzle, posting the content. Then it's about the follow-up and the traffic and the engagement.
Yeah. And this is where I actually spend most of my time really reaching out to people and finding out what it is that they're struggling with and helping them. And it's such a simple thing to do, and people are so willing to tell you what it is that they're struggling with, because they're suffering. They're here, they have dreams, they have goals, they're working hard, and they don't understand why they're not getting results, and they just need somebody to bridge the gap. That's, and so that's what I try to do every day. I go out there and I reach out to people and I let them know that I'm glad that our worlds, came together. I'm glad that they're in my community. I'm thankful for the opportunity to help them. And what is it that you're struggling with? What can I help you? Where can I point you to, the right resources? And my conversations have transformed to, over a year ago, it was me going out prospecting, trying to figure out, those awkward conversations that you have in the beginning, and you're just, everybody's trying to dance around each other and figure out, how do I get this person into my business? That just fell away from me. That's gone. And a lot of that is the result of what I learned, not only through the 6 steps, but also more so, I would say, through the Attraction Marketing Academy. That is what really took my business to the level where it is now. That's what really, like I said, put all the pieces in place. And so the conversations that I have now are just free and easy, and they feel right.
And also the big thing is people have come to you. You haven't had to chase those people, which completely changes the whole posture thing, where most people are begging, will you join my business? I've got like 5 spaces. Please be part of my team. You don't need to do that anymore, because you've got people coming to you. And that's, again, it's similar to Robin. It's similar to many other people that have been through the main trainings. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's people ask me, where do you go prospect? Where do you go find people? And my response is, I don't have time. And you should be looking to make that transition in your business as well. Moving away from, if you have to prospect now and you're in the beginning, that's fine. Go out, make connections, meet your 10 people a day, build those relationships. That's, you should be doing that, but you should also be working toward making that shift to the place where you're just spending your time responding to people that have called for you, that have reached out for you. And it's just, it's the day that I realized that had happened in my business was something that I remember. And finally, what I had been working for, which was to have a business that felt right to me, that resonated with me, and what I was doing every day just felt like it was me. That's what this process was to me. And that's where I am now in my business. Never going back. So join me, won't you? That's so much better.
Yeah, exactly.
You help so many more people that way too.
I think what you said at the start of it was absolutely critical, and I had never really thought of that many people are scared to create their own community, and I can see that now. I can, and for me, obviously, it becomes a value thing, I think. And what happens is often what happens with people, and I know even with myself many years ago, I lacked value in myself. I didn't believe in myself. And even to this day, and it will continuously happen, but I have people that I'm coaching come to me and say, Gavin, how much do I charge for my own coaching? Should I charge about $50 an hour or $100 an hour? I'm thinking, you're completely undervaluing yourself, undervaluing a lot. And I used to do exactly the same thing, but people will pay you whatever you ask them to pay you. That's the crazy thing about it. If you want to value your time at $500 an hour, value it at that. As long as you've got some knowledge and you've done the groundwork beforehand, and you've got the knowledge, and obviously getting the knowledge is a completely different thing. That is more through what we talked about today in the earlier show, through the CART method, the KART method, and actually getting. Hey, I can hear a little noise there going, hello.
Your little buddy there. He's good.
My kids, I've got the monitor here at the moment. I've got my office in the garden and I've got the monitor, so if they start making noises, I will know. But yeah, I mean, most people don't value themselves, and I think that's one of the big challenges, and therefore most people don't create their own communities. But I would strongly recommend that for many people who are on this call right now, one of the next things you need to do is to create your own community. And you can create a group on Facebook. And in a minute, I'll bring Hannah on, who has literally just set up her members only group, and she's got a different spin on things. And I'm definitely excited to bring her on to see what she's been doing, and I'll do that in just a second. But yeah, I mean, it all comes back again to this. Essentially, I call it a 30-day invisible. There's a very funny noise outside. I think it might be some foxes. I can kind of hear it. Some foxes
Sounds
fighting or cats fighting.
Yeah.
It's getting close to Halloween. I'm all alone in my office.
Beasts are coming out over there, huh?
Oh dearie me! If I keep looking that way, you'll know I'm looking at the door, going, what's that?
If you get pulled out, I'll just keep talking.
These hands kind of come up.
We'll just keep going without you.
No, that would be a bit scary. But yeah, it's this 30-day invisible funnel process. Somebody comes into your... somebody sees a piece of content from you. This is what happens. This is the whole process. I'll take you through this and then I'll bring Hannah on. But let's say you put out a piece of content based on a certain topic, and you put it out on Facebook maybe, or you put it out on your blog, and somebody just happens to share it with somebody else. And then somebody random that you've never met before sees that content, they watch that video, and they go, I really relate to that. I really resonate with that. So maybe they click a link, they go through to a capture page, and now they've joined your list. Just because they're on your list doesn't mean they're going to buy from you. It doesn't mean they're going to join you. In fact, they're probably a long way from that. But they're still, if you imagine like a dartboard, they're still on the outer rings of the dartboard, and the bullseye is the sale or the sign up. So you've got to somehow bring people into this process gradually over time, and it can take 30 days or more or less, depending on how you do it. So they found a piece of content, they've clicked a link, they've gone through and they've entered their email address. They've now gone into your list, your email list. And again, if you follow what I teach in Attraction Marketing Academy, and I've posted a link in the chat, wherever the chat is that the way to the chat? I'll post a link again now, just so. It's quite confusing, isn't it? I need to watch it back and find out where I'm going. Yeah.
On the right.
Look for the messages. It's on the right-hand side.
Yeah, exactly, under the
funny.
messages. I've just posted it again. Make sure you bookmark that video and watch it when you can, because that shows you exactly what's in Attraction Marketing Academy. These trainings that I'm doing now are free. Networking Superstar School is free, and you'll learn an absolute ton from it. However, if you want to set up your entire process step by step from start to finish, make sure you look at Attraction Marketing Academy.
Hey, can I say like one or two more things about the community thing? Yes. Because this I think is really critical, and I think this is where a lot of people will go very, very wrong. I can say with 100% transparency that I have never, ever, ever added somebody into my community except for Robin, but that doesn't count.
Without their permission, yeah.
without asking. I mean, you have to have one person to add in order to make it. And so she was the sucker. So I just stuck her in and went, hey, by the way. So yeah, grab a friend and yeah. So I think we've reciprocated. But anyway, I have never, ever, ever stuck somebody into my community. Don't do it. You will ruin your posture, because when you know that the people are in there because they've chosen to be there, whether they've come to your content and joined because of your content, or whether you've shared the link after you've gotten permission from them, then that helps your posture, because you know those people are there because they've chosen. When you start just dumping people in and you don't ask them, then you mucky it all up, and you have it just adds a bunch of dead weight into your community. And it's not about the numbers. It's about the vibrancy of the community. In order to have that, you've got to have people who have chosen to be there. So big tip, and I'm done.
Yeah, and I have one to add.
It doesn't goes with that. Ray's just said. Sorry.
Do not join a community and then message all the people to take them out. I actually had somebody the other day. I had a couple people tell me they got a message from somebody asking them to go to their page, and they
not cool.
No, you don't join the community.
We had that in Networking Superstars not long ago. Somebody was going through and somebody messaged, I think it may have been you, Nicole, who told me
I did.
that they'd just gone through. And actually, I spoke to the person and I said, what you're doing is completely, it's never going to work. It's going to pee a lot of people off. And it's just bad. It's just bad taste.
Bad.
So, don't do it. And
poor form.
Normally the quick ways that most people think, it's going to be easy, I can just do this, or I can set some software up and spam my links in 500 different places and auto message people. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. So Hannah, if you're there, I'm just going to unlock this other seat, and maybe if you can just click on it and just call in, and then I can bring you on as well, because I know you've got some pretty I've been essentially
Ray, I like that. I'll take some free donuts.
Should be coming on in a sec. I've been coaching Hannah over the last probably 3 to 6 months.
Free donuts, Ray. Ooh, you're the man. I wish I could give you some feels, but I cupcakes. Oh yeah, I'll take the cupcakes.
Awesome. All right,
Love you, Ray.
Let me bring Hannah on and introduce her in a second. See if she can get on. This will be her first time as well, so is it gonna work? I think it will. Just takes a second to come in, I think.
There we go.
Is. Hello, Hannah.
Hello. How is everybody?
We are doing very, very, very well.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet you girls properly.
Yes, there's a delight.
Hannah, if you've got speakers on external speakers on at all, or is it just coming in, is the sound coming into your ears?
Well, I can take
I can
these
hear
out.
a feedback loop, and I'm just wondering if it is. It might be that. Test.
Is it better like this?
I think
so.
It seems alright at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ditch the headphones.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works. Sometimes if the sound comes out externally, it goes back into the microphone. It causes this kind of weird feedback loop.
Right.
So, it's good to have you on. I'll just introduce you briefly from kind of known you for a while, but I know Hannah was a fashion blogger many years ago as a youngster, maybe 13 years old if I remember correctly, and you created a pretty powerful blog in that industry. I also know you're a musician and you've done your video recently, which was fantastic, and you've written a song, etc. And I've been coaching Hannah for a while now. I know you've been through Attraction Marketing Academy, or you've certainly been through much of it. And very recently, you had major problems getting ads approved on Facebook to start with, didn't you?
If anybody else here has struggled with Facebook ads, trust me, you can crack it. You can crack it. I have had, I don't know how many times I messaged Gavin over the past 3 to 6 months saying, oh my God, another ad disapproved. And it's just about finding your way. And I think that's something that I've kind of learned a lot from you. I'm being persistent and stuff. And, I think I've had about 5 ads approved in the past couple of days. So things are rocking and rolling. So I'm very excited.
Awesome, good. I'm glad, and it's such a relief when it happens as well. And you just got to change a few things. I mean, we did so much, didn't we? We change your capture page, change your blog, change this, change that. But it was well, I mean, you've come out with a new brand essentially now, based on what you've been through. But excuse me, maybe just explain what it is that you're doing. Your kind of niche that you've chosen, or your brand that you've chosen, the title of what you're doing, and then the little slant that you've put, and the tweaks that we made to your community and the Tripwire product, etc. Maybe just briefly explain so people know what's going on.
Well, basically for me, I kind of felt that the Attraction Marketing Academy system kind of helped me the most with being very specific as to what I want to help people with. And for some unknown reason, it should have hit me in the face to do blogging as kind of my niche. But for some reason it didn't. And having a background as a blogger since I started in 2010 blogging, you know, I've helped a number of different people establish an online presence, you know, people who approached me through attraction marketing from my fashion blog. But for some unknown reason, when it came to, you know, starting out as an internet marketer, it didn't hit me in the face like it should have. And from going through the Attraction Marketing Academy, I realized that I really wasn't, you know, utilizing the skills that I've learned in a way to help people. And so I wrote a handbook called the Blogging Domination Handbook. And then from there, I've created a funnel. And the idea is to direct them into a community, which I am just about to kind of start promoting now. In that community, my plan is to share lots of advice, answer people's questions, particularly in relation to blogging, because I know that a lot of newbie bloggers, you know, with content creation, like what you guys were talking about, sometimes people, you know, just think, oh my God, what am I going to post? And they have their blog set up and they've done out all the technical stuff. But then when it comes to sitting down and actually writing, sometimes people devalue themselves, like what you guys were saying in relation to coaching. For example, people say, you know, I have nothing to offer, and they don't think that they have anything of value to be putting out into the marketplace. But the truth is, there's so much that you can spin and make it applicable to your business. Like, for example, I have gotten very into fitness lately, and I've kind of written a few different posts and done videos in relation to how, you know, staying focused on my fitness journey is the same in business. The only way you can achieve success is if you stay focused and stay persistent. And even if it is, you know, 10 p.m. and you've not had time for your business, you have to make time to do it. Otherwise, no one else is going to do it for you. And I think that, you know, with content and things like that, you can share so much value. And that's what I plan on doing in my community. So helping people, you know, kind of find their way blogging. But my plan with it is to use it as a Tripwire product. So I'm going to charge $7 for people to become a part of the community. It's lifetime access, but that way they'll be a qualified lead. I know they're serious, and it's someone who basically, you know, will really value the community and value what I have to offer. Because I get so many messages on Facebook, you know, people asking me for my help, you know, whether it's a bit of advice on a Facebook page or designing their blog. And sometimes, you know, like Nicole said earlier, you don't always have time to do all that, no matter how much you want to. And by having the likes of your very own community, it means that people have access to you, you can help them, but on a bigger scale.
I think the great thing. We've got a bit of an echo there. I'll just mute you very second, just 2 seconds, and then I'll unmute you again in a sec. Sorry, I think it's just doing that feedback loop thing again. But what Hannah said, one of the big things that she said, say, Nicole, you're on mute as well. By the looks of it, you might have muted yourself.
Okay, you sound better now. We can hear you like twice.
Can you hear me all right now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Good. There's something weird going on. Blab is quite new technology as well, so there's a few little challenges. But one of the big things that Hannah said, or she's doing, which most people have never done and never even thought of before, is she's actually charging people to become a member of her community. She's not just giving a free community like I do, like Nicole does, like Robin does, and like many others do. She's actually charging people, because many of you have heard of something called a Tripwire product before. And a Tripwire product is essentially your lowest priced product, which is normally about $7, that gets people into your process. But people have actually committed and they've voted with their wallet. They've actually paid money to buy a product or service from you. And what happens is those people become more serious. So what Hannah can do is she can she can actually spend time with the people that have actually spent. It's not much money. It's not the money that matters, because it's only $7. So you're probably not going to be able to do a great deal with that. But it's more the fact that now she's only speaking to people that are very serious. So she can say, "Yep, I can help you. You can work. You can come into my community. I've got and then she can send them through to a capture page, which then sends them through to the mini sales letter. And it's a little sales letter. It's not a huge one, is it? And then it sells a $7 product. Now, what Hannah was going to do, and we kind of changed this approach slightly. Hannah was going to charge $15 a month for a community. Which is again a great idea. The only challenge with doing that and actually charging a monthly fee, whether it's $5, whether it's $2, whether it's $15, it's actually quite a big commitment psychologically for somebody else to make. So in order to make a one-time $7 purchase is a pretty easy decision to most people. It's not a big commitment. It's something that they can do quite easy, and then she can get a lot of people into the community. But to make a monthly commitment, because then people have got to go, oh, hang on a second, this is the monthly. I've got my mortgage, I've got my rent, I've got my bills, I've got my food. $15, I just can't be, I'm not going to bother. So actually just the one-time $7 works very well. But from what Hannah did, creating a community of value, and you don't have to do this, your community can be free, or if you want to, and if you can write a little bit of sales letter, and if you can create a good compelling offer on the front end like Hannah did, you can do that as well. So let me just bring you back on, so because I don't like muting you, but we did have that bit of feedback then. See if it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Feedback's gone. Except for I can't hear you now. Have you got another microphone that might be muted at all?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah. You're back.
Perfect. I will try and speak softer, and hopefully it won't be quite so loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment, and I think that turning it into a tripwire as opposed to a monthly subscription is a much smarter move. Because obviously I was trying to think about the best way to offer value but still qualify leads at the same time, and by doing it for a tripwire product, it gives them lifetime access.
Sorry, Hannah, I've had to mute you. I'm really sorry. That sounds really bad. You're telling us some really valuable stuff. There's a noise going on. It could be
more Halloween noises.
What I'm going to do anyway, Hannah, it's nothing. It's just the fact that there's scary things outside of my door, all these scary sounds, and I can hear. I think if you've ever watched the film Scream before, I think that the Scream Man's going to come out in a second. I think it's just the microphone doing a little feedback loop. What I'll do, if you know a way to fix it now, then I can definitely bring you back on now. If not, I'm going to do a specific interview with you anyway about this specific process. So maybe we can do that on one of the shows and get that sorted. Is that okay? Yeah. You were sharing something really powerful, so I want to make sure that we get you back on, because the process that you've used and that you're going through is incredibly powerful. So yeah, I feel really bad for doing that. Sorry. Okay, cool. Well, anybody got any questions or any comments, or anybody who's on would like to anybody would like to just let me know where you're at the moment in your business and what you're actually doing. Have you created a community yourself? I can see one of my good friends. Is that Marlon? Hey Marlon, how you doing? Marlon Sanders, fantastic to see you. I can see Marlon has just come on as well. Hopefully you can hear us all right. But yeah, just what we've done and what we've talked about essentially is a 30-day invisible funnel process of how you can take somebody that you have never met before, and they've found you through the content you've created. They have somehow found their way to your capture page, and you've got the automated part of the process set up. And then what happens is they actually end up in your community and as a fan on your fan page, and that's when the personal connection and the high touch process actually kicks in. And I've got a very specific 6-step sponsoring sequence and a 6-step process that I use that is really part of this invisible funnel process. And that's what I teach on my daily show. What I'll do is I will give you before we wrap up, I've created a URL that I would...
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that we're
Almost at the time.
almost. Oh my gosh.
Crazy, isn't it? I think it's been
I
a
know.
lot of
I didn't realize.
Give me
We
2
were
seconds. I'm
having so
just.
much fun.
Yeah,
So
it
much
is.
fun.
I'm just typing for 2 seconds. I'm just gonna give you a link. If you could head on over to that link and leave your biggest takeaways. Tell me if you don't want to do that. Just tell me that you were on the webinar so I know who you are. This is going to go over to the Networking Superstars fan page, and I'm going to give you the link in a second. And what it means is you're going to see the updates because you've engaged on the fan page. It means that you'll see the updates when I do my daily show, Monday to Friday. I do a 15 to 20 minute show talking about this 6-step sponsoring sequence and helping you integrate this into your business. You can actually go and do that, but you'll see the updates on the fan page, and it means that you'll be part of it. And what I used to do is I used to post in many groups, and I still do it occasionally with some topics. I used to send emails, blog posts, and everyone was like, where do I get all the information from, Gavin? You know, you've got stuff here, you've got stuff here, you've got stuff here. And that's the thing about social media. Well, now 99% of it goes on the fan page, and that's going to make it a lot easier for most people. So if you want to know about the 6 steps, if you want to know about attraction-based marketing, if you want to know when our next events are, it's all going to be on the fan page. So any final words of wisdom for Nicole, or from Nicole or Robin, or Hannah, if you'd like to try again?
You want to see if she can?
Give me a thumbs up again if you want to try again. Yeah? All right, let's try again. Here we go.
Does this sound terrible?
No.
That sounds
better.
perfect.
Okay. I think the biggest piece of advice anyone can ever give anybody when it comes to getting things rolling is to just do it. And I know that sounds so simple, but that's the only way anything is going to happen. And it's very easy to procrastinate. Trust me, I've done it. I'm sure you guys have done it as well. But by just, throwing yourself in, and somebody in the comments just mentioned that they realized they made a mistake with something, and mistakes can be the best way to learn. And at the time you can feel very kind of, let down and disappointed and thinking, oh my God, it's not working. Why hasn't my ad been approved, for example? But you learn from them, and that is the only way you can improve your business. So just throw yourself in, get started. You can do it. This is a great community here, and if you become a part of MLSP and Networking Superstars, you'll see how having a support system can be so helpful. But just throw yourself in, take action, and then you'll start to see results.
Awesome, great final words of advice there. Thank you so much. And this platform that we're doing right now with Networking Superstars, I'm just going to mute you again, Hannah, sorry, just because there is a bit of that noise coming back again. With the platform we've got now, and we are building a large community, and I've got a pretty big list now, I've got a big community, a big audience, and what it means is as you start to progress through the ranks, as you start to take action on the trainings, let's say with Attraction Marketing Academy, for example, many people on here now are part of Attraction Marketing Academy, and as you implement it and you create your brand and you create your capture page, I'm going to give you a space to promote yourself essentially, but not promote your business, to promote value. And this platform here, just like Nicole has taken action, just like Robin has taken action, just like Hannah has taken action, just like Adam has taken action, just like many people, Elmar, who will be coming on as well, they've taken action, they've got results, and now we can showcase you because of that. So if you want a platform to position you in a certain topic, this is that platform. Just go through the trainings, make sure you watch that video that I shared with you a little while ago about Attraction Marketing Academy, and if it resonates with you, contact us, whoever's referred you, you'll see the name of the referrer underneath, and just take part and go through the process, because whatever business opportunity you're involved in, it does not matter. You can literally promote anything or nothing, and you can change your business. It doesn't matter, because nobody will ever know about it. What they'll know about is your front-end value, your front-end positioning, your front-end community, your front-end training, which then attracts people to you, sells you first, and then from that you can recommend any product, any service, any business opportunity, whether it's network marketing, affiliate marketing, top-tier business. and your own coaching, you can make multiple streams of income from doing this process, but you've got to go through the steps first. So any final words of wisdom from Nicole first?
Yeah, I'll second the motion for everything you just said for the Attraction Marketing Academy, because that is, before I did that, because you hadn't created it yet when we first formed together as a community, and so it didn't exist yet.
Yes.
And so I was plugging away, with the 6 steps, and I was getting my results, and all was good, but I didn't have the whole picture together. I didn't have my complete multi-streams of income business going on in full until the Attraction Marketing Academy. So you released that course, and I went through, and it was, I'm not going to say, I'm trying to find the right word. There is nothing else out there that will be as, I guess easy is the only word that can come to my mind, for you to set up your business and position yourself, get yourself branded, and actually start generating multiple streams of income on the back end, whether like Gavin was saying, whether it's affiliate income, you're just doing product sales, or you're plugging your MLM in, or you have high ticket items, or maybe you just want to leverage something like MLSP for that monthly residual, whatever it is. I could never have built a business like this without the Attraction Marketing Academy and without the system, because of the time limitations that I have. So go get it. Stop sitting around and waiting. I was watching a conversation in the feed just a little bit ago about someone who was having some regrets over some mistakes that they had made in the past. Shake it off, people. Shake it off. Make today that day that you start fresh, and you make that decision that you're going to do this for your business, and you're going to stop suffering and stop struggling, and you're going to take that one action that's going to do what it is that you want to do for your business. That thing you've been searching for, it's here. And that's all I have to say.
Awesome. There you go. And Ray says that we look like we're on trial. I'm trying not to. When I'm serious and I'm looking at something, I seem to be very focused. If there was a camera looking at me whilst I was working, I'd be like this. But inside, I'd be like, yeah.
Are you feeling it? Let's let it out. Let us see it.
Ray, I just want to say thank you for your awesome comments, because I appreciate them, and some great things, some pretty humorous things that you've said as I've been watching, and I've been smiling at a little bit. So
I want my cupcake, Ray. I want my cupcake.
I want my donut. Tell me where to go.
Where do I go get my cupcake?
Very good. Let me just look. Nate Ridgway. It says compare and contrast MLSP with Empower Network. It might be worth contacting one of us, whoever referred you, to get the lowdown on that. I'm not here to sell any specific opportunity. I just want to provide value, and I truly believe that MLSP is a platform that can give you the training, give you the tools, give you the systems to build any business, whereas Empower Network would be specifically focused on our business itself, a primary opportunity. Robin, anything you wanted to say before we wrap up?
No, you guys covered it well. I would just say go get the Attraction Marketing Academy. And I'll tell you, one of the first steps of that was really honing in on your target market. And that's actually when I switched mine, because before that, I admit I made the mistake so many people make. I tried to market to everybody. And I went everywhere, and whatever we were promoting, I promoted. And really that made me kind of hone in on, for me, my benefit was Instagram. It was easy for me. And really that's when it happened. Was I started, as I said before, I honed everything into leading it back to, look at me, I'm good at Instagram. Look at me, I'm good at Instagram. So and now I've had people come to me, as I had mentioned last week, I was asked to do a seminar speaking about Instagram. And actually, to toot my own horn a little more, I actually got a blog post on another website, as I was a guest blogger about Instagram. I just got it published, so that'll be coming out soon. So people are recognizing me as the expert, and that's really what you want to do. It seems like, Nicole, you become the expert in community, and Hannah, you are definitely the expert in blogging. I've read some of yours. So that's really your thing. Yeah, that's really your thing. Go out and figure out what you're good at. What are your strengths? And I know people say strengths and weaknesses. I never worry about the weaknesses. Really focus in on where you are positive in your life. Because if it's something you hate to do, you're not going to do it. So if it's something you love to do, you're going to do it every day, and that's what it takes. So
exactly.
Good
Fantastic.
A.
Well, some very wise words of wisdom from everybody, and I truly believe there's a lot of knowledge being shared on this, and anybody who is ready will have picked it up. Anybody who's not ready yet, just stay with the process, because Nicole was there about a year ago. She was like, what is attraction marketing? What is a lead capture page? What is a lead magnet? It's like, what in the world is going on? And now you're here. So it's proof that you can do it, and anybody can do it. So I will be back again tomorrow. If you comment on that post that I gave you on the fan page, let me just give you that one more time, and we will wrap up right now.
Where are you putting that? Because I was waiting to see it in the conversation.
It is. Good question.
Okay.
All right.
I did not.
I found it again. It's here. I'm just going to post it in the messages. So at the very bottom it says networkingsuperstars.com/feedback. Please go and leave your biggest takeaway here. So if you click on that link, it will take you to the Networking Superstars fan page and a big image of this process. Just leave a quick comment under it. Let me know that your biggest takeaway, or just let me know that you were here. But most importantly, just leave a quick comment, whether it's yes, or I was here, or I loved it, or it was great, or my biggest takeaway was this, and this. Whatever it is, just do it, because what's going to happen is you're going to then see the updates on a daily basis, so you can come along to the live trainings and the live shows, and then you can get the replays if you want to. We're going to cover a lot through this journey and through this process. All of this is free valuable training that you're going to get access to, and if you do want to go through in a step-by-step process where it's very simple step-by-step videos, then Attraction Marketing Academy is for you. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you again next week, same place, same time, and I will be back tomorrow for the other show that we do. So thanks again, and thank you to everybody who's been here and watching as well, because without you it would not be worth putting this on. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you for all you do. Thank
Take
you.
care.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Gavin.
guys. See you soon.
Thanks,
Bye.